Thank you for hitting that like button. Thank you very much. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for hitting that like button. Thank you very much. Yeah. Okay. Dang, another update? Another update. All right. Let's get it started. Okay, my career. Let's go. Let's see what happens next. 67. Let's go straight to the game.
My GM has opened up for all to compete for the NBA championship and rise
And we ready.
up the leaderboards. My league continues to be the deepest and most customizable franchise mode ever created, joined by the WNBA season mode. With a WNBA exclusive commentary team.
With analysts Brian Banafantini and Tim Swartz, I'm Blake Zuniga, and we're glad to have you with us.
And an accurate playoff structure, you can win the WNBA championship with your favorite team for the first time in NBA 2K. Play Now is your spot to jump right into NBA 2K20. Take your favorite players to the street in Blacktop and compete in Play Now.
Really bad news on the injury front today, Hornet. Turns out we've got a worst-case scenario brewing with Kyrie Irving's injury, and he's going to miss a significant chunk of time.
Not worried at all, Hank. I think they'll be just fine.
Come on, Hornet. You and I both know how important he is to their success. They're going to have a hard time bouncing back from this one.
Yeah, you're
I'm back in it.
Nightfall in the Windy City
Let's
with
go.
the Willis
I'm
Tower
back.
and the rest of downtown Chicago lighting up the sky.
20.
Welcome to 2K
21.
Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. Kevin Harlan here along with analysts Greg Anthony and Steve Smith. And we'll be hearing from DA along the sideline. DA, take it away.
In the last few...
It sure is fun to watch, DA. Thank you. And a chance to take a look at some numbers for Beal.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last
Okay,
5
let's
games,
go.
he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different scorer than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
So a look at the starters for the Wizards. Wall runs the point with Beal
Let's
at the
go.
2. Wagner out there with Bryant. And it's Brown in at the 3. And for the Bulls, White and Levine team up in the backcourt. Valentine and Markkanen, your small and power forwards. You know, for a while, Smitty, there was some talk of eliminating conferences altogether. But the East has begun to turn things around and starting to
Let's
emerge
go.
again.
You know, Kevin, me and you have been around a long time. It's going to always flip-flop back and forth. It was the East and it was the West. And I think right now the East right now is turning that corner. In a couple of years, it'll probably be the dominant conference. I like the way it is. I don't want to see him eliminate conferences.
I agree. Good point. And finish off by Bryant.
Nice.
Excellent
Let's go.
timing on that play and a wonderful pass.
Levine kicks to White. Bulls moving the ball around. Right side, Markkanen. Down low. Tries from 7. And that one good.
The height to see over the defense and the unselfishness. Terrific pass by Markkanen.
And so it's Wall with it, bringing it up for Washington. Last time they met was in Washington.
Not a close contest either. The last time they got together, everyone in the rotation played solid on the bench. Was the difference.
Great scoring output from that second unit. Such a luxury to have that extra ammunition.
And John Wall, of course, having to fight back from that torn Achilles, but also is now having to play up for that super max contract he signed.
And he can't get the first one. And with Wall, no doubt he's a starter. But with that contract, Greg, comes heavy expectations.
No doubt. And I'd like to see Wall become more proactive, really as a playmaker on offense in the near future. Depending on how he feels after the injuries, he might need to change his style just a bit.
The pass to Wagner. Back to Wall. It's tipped.
Get that shit out of here.
Out of bounds. The Bulls will take it.
Get that out of here.
Powering into the first week of the new year. Here's a brand new look at the power rankings. Taking a look at Golden State. They couldn't hold their position this week, but remain in the top 10.
And right.
Hold up. Let me see something. All right.
Right now, Chicago probably doing exactly what they hoped. Took some time to develop from a chemistry standpoint, but now it seems like they've got it firing on all cylinders.
It's stolen by Bryant. And here comes Brown, leading the fast break. Outside, Wall. Odd pass to Bryant. It's tipped.
Nope.
White looking around. And dumps it down.
And a solid playmaker. White has a great sense for when he should look to give it up.
Wizards have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Pass to Beal. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's his first free throw line.
Yeah, it's good to see him with his free throw percentage up over 80.
And both free throws good for Beal. Well, it's a new front office in Washington, and Greg, they've got their work cut out for him.
John Wall's huge supermax contract as he deals with the Achilles injury.
Nice.
Tough questions to be answered about the direction they're going to take talent-wise.
I like the toughness. Markkanen was not considered a physical player coming into the league. I think he surprised some people now.
Bulls shooting their first free throw of the game right now. Here's what Washington's going with right now. Hachimura comes in for Troy Brown. And Thomas subbed in for John Wall. That free throw good from Markkanen.
You know, he's exceptionally focused, well liked by his teammates. Markkanen looks to be a centerpiece for the future.
Outside. Beal.
What's up, Layman? Stanfield, what's up? Whenever I get some free time.
Inside, Bryant. Bean with the rebound.
This is the shot you want right at the rim. He just couldn't deliver.
To the middle. Unloads from 13. Misses off the right iron. Wizards trail by 5. Now Thomas. 11-point game his last outing. Can't cash in from close range.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all
Let's go.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
It's Beal on the wing. That
Green
one
light.
falls coming off of Thomas's feet. Beal's got 5 points so far.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
And as fans and broadcasters, we're not permitted to hear the specifics in these huddles.
No.
He's deciding to change it up. Ball against White. Left side marking it.
Damn. Press the wrong button.
White and Levine team up in the backcourt. Valentine and Markkanen, your small and power forwards. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. And that one is good from Bradley Beal.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
Well, it has been a long road back from injury for John Wall, Greg. The heel issue followed by the Achilles tear.
And you just hope that Wall can make a full recovery and get back to the player he once was. Provides so much of his speed and playmaking as well as scoring.
Outside, Levine. Back to White. Bulls moving the ball around. Will it go? Rebound by the Wizards.
Solid rebound there. And with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Zach Levine. A study of recent players to enter the league. Which had rookie seasons that surprised you?
Bradley Beal done so.
I think Donovan Mitchell, the way he came out of the gates. I knew Luka Doncic was good, but because I hadn't seen much film or seen him live, he surprised me. Trae Young, the way he's played from a small guard position, those are some of the guys that have surprised me. Some were high drive picks, and some were a little bit lower, but those are the 3. Salvage the possession. He's a terrific offensive rebounder.
Outside, Beal. Back to Wall. Brown outside. The kick out to Wall. 4 on the clock. Shoots over White. And that one goes long.
Easy chance for mid-range. Wouldn't be surprised to see them run that play again.
To the paint. Here's the teardrop. Doesn't go that time. Wizards leading by 7. Beal with it. Now defended by Levine. Brown. Oh, that's blocked.
And for marketing, contesting shots is not about explosive athleticism. It's about being in the right position and timing it right. You just love how reliable he is night in and night out. His offense is there.
A steal. The shot by Valentine, no good.
A for effort, but when there's that much resistance at the rim, better find another option.
Ball passes to Wagner. Beal against Levine. And Beal kicks to Brown. 5 to shoot. Let's go. And again, Washington, no good. Bulls trail by 5. Looking to get it going. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on John Wall.
Green light.
I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs. And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Young's checked in for Lowry Markkanen. Otto Porter Jr. comes in for Valentine. And Zedaransky subbed in for White. And then for Washington, C.J. Miles. He's checked in for Troy Brown. Smith comes in for Bradley Beal. And Thomas subbed in for John Wall.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
And that takes skill and the ability to make adjustments as you're going up.
That one's good, and the Washington lead is cut down to 4 on the bucket from Zedaransky.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
The 3 from Thomas. The shot misses. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Wizards lead by 4. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline.
Kevin, thanks. Bradley, great.
Thank you, David. We'll be back
Bradley
after
Beal been
halftime for the
clowning.
start of the second half.
Where's your head, man? Check up. We'll get him in the second half.
Yeah,
Keep your head up, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a real boy. Real boy.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Bradley Beal having a dominant impact in this game.
And the bulk of his damage so far has come from the perimeter. A lot of threes early on.
He's been vital to spacing the floor for them. Makes everything else you want to do easier to accomplish.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. So on the floor for Washington. Ball runs the point with Beal at the 2. Brown out there with Wagner, and it's Bryant in at the 5, roaming the paint. Excellent D there from Markkanen.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
The Bulls have missed more than they've made at the foul line tonight, 3 of 7.
Green light.
He hits both from the stripe.
Oh.
And so it's Beal who brings the ball up for Washington. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Takes the 3. And so it looks like Washington will retain possession here. Well, we've got a moment now to see this year's three-point contest and how it's shaping up. Let's take a look at some of the top candidates emerging as we see here some players who are likely to make the final cut.
Not too shabby of shooters on this list, Kevin. You gotta love the advancement and really the evolution of the three-point shot in today's game.
You take a look at Beal. He's got a place in the three-point contest within his reach. I hope he makes it because I know how much this would mean to him to be a part of the event.
I mean, that's a good call, Kevin. He's the type of player that can really deliver on a stage like that. He'll be very dangerous if he ultimately gets in.
And it's going to be an exciting showcase this year. Some incredible shooters, that's for certain. We'll keep you updated as we find out more.
Yeah, and I think we're in for a real treat. I think the increased importance of the three-point shot in today's game has really shined a light.
Oh, come on. 44-40.
Substitute group getting ready for the Wizards. Wagner, he's checked in for
Isaiah
Bryant.
Thomas kicking
C.J.
in.
Miles comes in for Troy Brown. Smith checked in for Bradley Beal. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for John Wall. The three from Thomas. No good that time, so the Bulls will take it the other way. Pass to Levine. 1:04 left in the third. That one drops for him. 11 points in the game.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Washington's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Passes to Hachimura. Now the pass to Wagner from outside the arc. Offensive rebound. Count that one. Hachimura's got 8 points.
Shooting at a high clip, he's found ways to get quality looks.
Levine finds Satoransky. Shoots it up. Another one falls for Chicago.
I mean, that's a good job working the ball
If you
inside
notice,
and getting
a
a
backboard.
quality shot.
Washington has gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Wagner. That one misses. Good defensive work there by Young. For the lead, and the Bulls tack on 2 more.
Big shot number.
It's Thomas outside, and that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Let's take a listen now to Scott Brooks.
Every time we contest their shot, they make it.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Washington trailing at small forward and power forward. Porter and Young. Satoransky runs the point with Levine at the 2. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. Pass to Wagner. Puts up a 3. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession.
Hit the woman on top of the head.
And a chance now to look at the schedule for Chicago. On Friday, they'll be matching up with Al Horford and the Philadelphia 76ers. Then on Saturday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
In that matchup against the Bucks, it's going to be an all-out battle. And you just hope they are rested and able to execute their game plan, as it's going to be a tremendous challenge.
Got a piece of it, and he gets it back. Shot's good from Young.
Green light.
And the Bulls lead by 3.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Here's Smith. And the layup's good off the Bulls. Smith's got his first 2 points of the night.
Unafraid to take it inside. Ish challenging the defender. Comes out a winner.
Chicago calls timeout. The short rest, very important, and one of the benefits of this part of the game is getting on the same page with your team while having the chance to hydrate with Gatorade. Replenish your energy for the late game push. And the Bulls making a change here. White's checked in. Then for the Wizards, Thomas Bryant, he's checked in for Hachimura. And it's Brown in for C.J. Miles. Bulls moving the ball around to the inside. Young. Inside, picked away. And here comes Brown, leading the fast break. And Brown throws it down hard.
Almost.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the Bucks.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
But the truth is, those type of plays are going to happen. You just have to regroup mentally and get back to work.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Dishes to Bryant. Pass to Smith. 6 to shoot. Back to Bryant. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Game winding down, and they just keep changing leads.
And guys, no separation yet, and I really don't think we're going to see any all the way down.
Bucket is good. He's got 19.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Thomas deciding where to go with it. And it's blocked. Outside, White. Down low. That's down the hatch. Knocks one more to his total. That's 9 for 15 shooting.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
Thomas against Young. Stolen by Levine. It's stolen by Bryant.
Dang.
1:58 left in the game. Young against Thomas. Sinks that one from the post.
Where's the dude that was really dark?
Defense, I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
And I love the play call. This is where you get the ball into the hands of your closers, where they can do something with it.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're up by 1. 1:46 left in the fourth. With this game closing in on the final buzzer, let's take a look at our Jordan Player of the Game.
And the shooting percentage, how about all the way in the 60s, shows how deadly he can be when he's feeling it. And as locked in as he was, they were trying to feed him as much as possible. But he never got out of control. I mean, he kept his head and just stayed patient.
Here's Wall. Off target at the rim. The Bulls leading by 3. And he uses the glass on the lead.
Using acrobatics.
Cold-blooded right there. He's taking no
acrobatics on these boys.
Expanding upon this lead, trying to close it out. He's really stepped up.
Outside Bryant. Beal with it. Kicks it to Brown. Pocket 6.
Buddy Hill.
From deep three-point range. Rebound by the Bulls. Now the dish to Valentine. This is it to White. Here's Valentine to the paint. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Reason why they've tightened up the vice grip a little more each time up the floor. We'll see if they can close this one out.
And that one misses.
Could have shown me some love.
And so Bryant will bring it up for the Washington Wizards. They trail by 7, but they get it back. Got it! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
And in the post, Wall's got a pretty well-developed game for a point guard. He can navigate his way through the big bodies with very few problems.
27 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Pushing the action, getting others involved. He does it time and time again.
You know what it is? It's his creativity. That's making this engine run.
Washington calls timeout. They're down by 7. There's 25 seconds left here in the fourth quarter.
Ball boy.
Beal with it. Now defended by Levine. Beal can't get it to go. The clock now can just run out for the Bulls. Bryant with the rebound.
If
On the
you're
wing
happy,
run.
then you
Three-pointer.
know it.
The pass to Bryant. Beal from long range.
Kobe.
Off on that one. And so it's Chicago winning this one. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it matters most.
saying thanks for watching.
That's raised up too. Oh, right after I get this BC from this event.
Hey man, Shaq here. Nice win for you guys tonight. Talk about any edges you felt you had coming in.
I don't know if we call it an edge, man, but I thought our decision making as a group was really solid tonight. We're making good reads, finding the right moments to cut, delivering passes on time, all essential when the game's separated by just a few buckets.
Well, I was watching Golden State, but I was watching you.
Hey, yo, listen up, real quick. I want to recognize Che for killing it out there tonight. All right, great effort on both sides of the ball. Come get your trophy, kid.
That's for me?
Oh, you.
Okay.
Oh, game ball.
Hey, this is crazy, fellas, man. I'm gonna give a little speech.
Yes.
First off, I want to thank my mom. You're a real one. You always been there for me. My first grade teacher, Miss Daniels. You're a real one, Miss D. And last but not least, I want to thank this dude at the deli yesterday. He gave me 2 ham sandwiches for the price of 1.
Nah, I've seen enough, man.
And I want to thank you too, Coach, because, you know, you a beast.
Get out of here.
All right, I'm going to leave.
Go.
Hey, guys.
Clean. Clean.
Can I grab you for a second, Che?
Yeah, what's up?
You set a new career high in points scored tonight. Don't you think you deserve a bigger role on the team?
I'm happy to take on whatever role Coach asks of me. If he wants me to score more, I can do that. If he wants me to facilitate, I can do that too. My job is to be ready at all times.
Good stuff. Anything else?
You trying to set me up, Vin? Seems like it.
Che, I would never. Unless you feel like giving me a real soundbite.
Nah, not at all, man. I'll catch you later, all right?
All right, all right.
I think I got an event or something. Or a meeting.
All right. You guys ready to get down to business? We got a new contract to hash out.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Absolutely. All right, let's do it.
Let's do it. Yes. All right, here we go.
Pleasure doing business with you, Don.
Levi, the pleasure's all mine. Excited to stay in the Che business.
Okay, now, let's see. Ooh, 84. start this next game.
As you play NBA 2K20, we want to hear from you, so be sure to follow us on social media and share your experience. We're at NBA 2K_2KTV on all of our channels.
And we are thrilled to have Anthony Davis as our NBA 2K20 cover athlete. He held headlines all summer long, and we can't wait to see what he has in store this season. We caught up with him this summer. Let's take a look.
A confident and well-dressed group of 76ers making their way to the locker room earlier on, looking for success on their home court. And the game arrivals sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. Welcome to Philadelphia, the birthplace of America. The downtown skyline shining brilliantly tonight. Good Friday night to you sports fans. You've come to the right place. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll watch the Chicago Bulls in this one as they go up against the Philadelphia 76ers here in Wells Fargo Center. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, the process in Philly has finally started yielding big results. The Sixers have stopped.
Hold up.
Special entertainment for other people who did not know anything about me, right into the first beginning of the whole thing. I'd like to show express love to all the people who don't know anything about Planet, anything about Planet. Okay? Thank you, and good night.
Okay, let's go. Trying to charge my phone up a little bit.
Our players and tremendous fans who stood by them through the lean years. And they're ecstatic at what they're...
They certainly can. Well done, DA. Thank you. Well, with the season right near the halfway point,
all right, let's go.
What better time to check in and see what rookies have helped their teams the most and how they stack up in the rookie race as they all vie for Rookie of the Year. Well, he's shown he's a force as we move along in the meat of the season, sitting pretty at that #1 spot now, and it's his race to lose.
This is just a special, special player. No question he should be favored for the Rookie of the Year award at this point.
I ditto all of that. I mean, it's taken him only about half a season to show that he's going to be one of the faces of the NBA for a long time to come.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. Levine at the 2 with Porter at the 3. Then it's Lowry Markkanen. Then it's White. And for the 76ers, the talented combo up front, Horford and Embiid. Then there's Ben Simmons. Then there's Richardson. And it's Thibault in at the 2. Scouting reports, very detailed, Clark. Talk about the types of insights those scouting reports would reveal about your team and your opposition.
Typically player tendencies and team tendencies. How do they win? What areas are they really strong in? The team being excellent on the...
Dang, my second foul? Damn. Al Horford. Nice.
So the 76ers, their last game, a loss to the Brooklyn Nets.
Scoring efficiency was an issue in that one. Took them too many shots to get their points.
Yeah, and I think they just seem to be a page behind, a step slower out there all game.
They've got Simmons, also Burke out there. Kyle O'Quinn out there with Korkmaz, and it's Bolden in at the 4 slot. That's the group in the game for the 76ers. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Josh Richardson has made himself into one of the top defensive wings in the league. Richardson says there's a certain competitiveness that comes with being a good defender. The defensive end takes will, and I have a lot of it. Kevin J. Rich is self-described as super competitive. That edge is what drives him.
It sure is. That's what it takes. Thank you, David. And the second free throw, good. The Bulls leading by 4. Bulls moving the ball around. Pulls up. Nails the baby hook.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far.
A big X factor for the Sixers, I think, will be the development of Ben Simmons' jump shot. He's got to become at least a threat as a perimeter shooter if they're going to have a chance to win it all.
And now a moment to check out the leaders in the All-Star voting. Balloting underway.
And this is really a fun time of year. You're starting to see which players are going to be in the running to make the All-Star team.
You take a look at Embiid. He's all the way up there at number 3 in the Eastern Conference fan voting.
And you'd be crazy not to give him your vote. What he's done this season has been nothing short of spectacular.
A great All-Star weekend it'll be. We'll keep you updated as we get closer. And especially in the playoffs where teams really scheme for it. Simmons shooting can be a real problem for the Sixers.
Yeah, it's a major liability, guys. There's no denying it. For all of his wonderful ability and versatility, the fact that it's basically 4 on 5 when they're on offense with him on the floor is a problem in the playoffs. And you said it. When teams can lock into you, they're going to make you do what you're uncomfortable doing.
And there's the pass to Blakeney. Pass to Satoransky. And Philadelphia grabs the miss.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Score the basket. His 4th. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Poked away. Bolden passes to Korkmaz. Here's O'Quinn. Offensive rebound. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Burke. Jacks up a 3. And no good. The Bulls leading by 8. And they call over the back here. Too much contact.
An occasional over the back call is fine with him. And that's just how he plays and how he attacks the glass.
Yeah, you know what? They say you would always rather have a player that you need to turn down than to turn on. So being aggressive versus passive, I want the aggressive guy all the time, even if it means a few fouls. How about that wonderful floater he has, showing off an exquisite touch.
From 7. That misses off the backboard. And so Simmons will bring it up for Philadelphia. They trail by 6. Following this game, they hit the road. They'll take on the Knicks in New York. That one will start off a 3-game road trip for the team. Levine against Richardson. 1:03 left in the first half. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
There we go. Yeah, they're doing the right thing.
The Bulls have been good at the free throw line. This one, 7 of 8.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
Yeah, it's been a very frustrating season for them in that regard, guys.
Good on the second free throw.
And I tell you, the versatility of marketing makes you salivate, guys. A big guy with range for days.
Good shot.
And I think he's only going to get better and better.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls bringing the...
Kevin, thank you. Here with Brett Brown. Now,
thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway. We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. One of the stories here, Denzel Valentine. You were so good at such an early age in your basketball career. At what point did you personally realize just how far the game could take you?
You know, it really resonated with me, Kevin, I think at a summer basketball camp at Miami of Ohio when some of the better campers, high school campers, were asked to play with the college guys at night. And then during pickup games in my hometown of Cleveland with some of the Cleveland Cavaliers, Jim Jones and the late Terry Furlow and Mike Mitchell, and being able to compete somewhat with those guys at 15 and 16 years of age and having them encourage me to keep going and that I'd have a chance to do what they were doing at the time, which was play pro ball.
So the Bulls 5 right now. Porter and Markkanen, the duo at forward. White and Levine team up in the backcourt. Goes back up. Got that one. The Bulls lead has been cut to just 5 points on the basket from Embiid.
Boy, proving to be a handful once again, guys. Embiid, so tough to keep off the glass because of his agility and size.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish.
Guys, they're not backing off at all, are they?
From the line. And it's good off the back rim and in. Embiid's got 14.
You know, we've gotten used to seeing this from Joel Embiid, a lethal offensive player who can get hot fast.
Out to White. Outside, Levine. Another shot, and it's good on the way in. He's got 12.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Here's Simmons. Rebound by the Bulls.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. A three-pointer is right on target. Levine's got the lead up to 10 now for Chicago.
Boy, Levine is a solid shooter from downtown, guys. The defense has to honor his shot from there.
Richardson against Porter. Horford trying to free himself up. Richardson, good. Richardson's got 4 points this quarter.
Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
To the middle. Feeds to Porter. They get a hand on it. Now Simmons. He's always able to provide big production, averaging 22 points a game. With the fadeaway. And Embiid throws it down.
It's dangerous now letting Embiid get this deep. You're asking to get posterized with the throwdown.
To the paint. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
An elite scorer, demonstrating once again how fast he can fill it up.
Let me need a little bit. Let me dunk on somebody.
Seconds left to play in the third.
What's up, Quilla?
Another one in the scoring column for him. He's 7 of 10.
What's up, Quilla?
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Outside, Porter. And here's the fast break. Richardson leading the way. And the shot goes in from Embiid.
He's come out here in the second half and done a nice job moving, getting good looks, and finding his range.
Outside, Levine. Inside. Shoots. Again, Chicago.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Simmons finds Horford. Here's Embiid. The shot's good on the assist by Horford. That's now 22 points for Joel Embiid.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
And we'll be right back after this. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense.
Thank you, Quayla.
It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. And so, in the game for the 76ers, Embiid is out there with Mike Scott. Then there's Burke. Then it's Simmons. And it's Bolden in at the 3 spot. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. And the Bulls lead by 4.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Hey, defense is taking a back burner, secondary on the marquee, but who doesn't love a game like this? Let's go. I like offense.
Shot clock at 6. Simmons with it. Now guarded by Valentine.
You can't give up this kind of positioning, not to a guy like Simmons. I mean, all you're asking for is to get burned if you do.
Valentine kicks to Levine. Back to Valentine. Simmons against Satoransky. And there's the call on Joel Embiid. That's his first foul. Chandler Hutchison. He's checked in for Chicago. Down low. And he banks in the layup. He's got 20.
Boy, he's been a rock of offensive support so far, and when they've needed a basket, they've turned to him.
Passes it to Burke. Back to Simmons. A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. No good on that one. And it's Chicago the other way. They've led by as much as 10. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. That game is the first and last of their homestand. That one falls coming off Burke's feet. And it's 8 points for Ben Simmons.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Come on up.
Young against Scott. Outside, Levine.
Bottom.
Traps in the tray. And the Bulls lead by 5.
Levine's got crazy bounce and elevation on his shot. It really helps him. He knocked that one down in rhythm.
And the pass to Simmons. That shot off. And it's Chicago the other way. Here's Levine, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And Philadelphia gets called for the foul.
Yeah, you know, the quickness of Levine. Difficult to neutralize that. He'll go to the line.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Chicago.
And they've made the long range look like a layup at times in this one.
Green light.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnovers.
Porter's checked in for Chicago. Light comes in for Valentine. To the inside. Here's Embiid. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Embiid's got 26 points.
You like Embiid's confidence and willingness to step up in the big moment.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major, or it could be just a slight tweak.
Al Horford, he's checked in for the 76ers. And the Bulls making a change. Also, Markkanen, he's checked in for Young.
Made it look clean.
Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter.
Clutching them hooks.
Outside Porter. Right side Markkanen. Here's White. And the three ball is good.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
Fires from deep. Thibault can't get it to go.
And that shot isn't the one they should be taking if they want to make this comeback happen.
We've got 1:28 left to play in the final quarter. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Boy, a terrific find. Levine plays mostly the two, but he came into the league as a point guard.
Simmons, the bounce pass. White with it. Outside Porter. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Count the basket. And it's a 12-point Bulls lead.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Bulls.
When you shoot this well from three-point range, you're really hard to stop. The defense didn't rotate out fast enough to stop the hot shooters.
Exactly, Kevin. They were lethal from deep.
And so looking at their number, this will be win number 22 on the year.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
The stats tell us, Greg, that the winner of the first game is a big favorite to come out on top in the overall series.
They grabbed their own miss.
It does not get much easier than that, but somehow he came up empty there.
Levine wide open.
Green light.
Chicago.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what. And they got it done.
To the paint. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the official.
And he knocks down the first one.
Green light.
Both good from the line that time. Here's O'Quinn. Got a hand on it, and he's able to get it back. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. Hey, Che, good win for you guys tonight, and you're right in the middle of the season. Are you even thinking about the playoffs at this point?
Oh, of course, man. And I'm always keeping an eye on the standings. People always talk about one game at a time, but you also want to keep the big picture in mind, man. If you don't know where you stand, how can you know where you're going?
Well, I'm just confused right now, but that's okay. Congrats on the win, guys.
Let's go.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again.
Our game ball goes to the guy who fully dominated tonight. All right, the guy that made the other team adjust to what he wanted to do. That's what it's all about. Get up here, Che.
Yeah.
Nice work, man.
Hey, I appreciate you, Coach. Hey, I appreciate this, fellas, man. But you know what? This ball just isn't about me. It's about all of us, all right? Let's keep this thing going. Let's keep it pushing, all right?
Yeah.
Come on, let's huddle up. Let's go.
Count it off.
Win on 3. 1, 2, 3, win! Let's keep it going, fellas.
Encourage the team.
What does it mean to you to be in the top 10 of All-Star voting in your position?
I'm top 10?
You are.
That's awesome. I mean, I work really hard on my game, so to get recognized by my peers and by the fans, it's huge.
I'm putting the whole thing up on here. Straighten up. That's progress. No wonder.
Anthony Davis, welcome back to NBA 2K TV, and more importantly, welcome back to the NBA 2K cover.
All right, thank you.
So in NBA 2K16, you shared a cover, a trio, with James Harden and Stephen Curry. Now you're the sole man.
This is Hank and the Hornet on 98.9 The Flex, the official home of your Chicago Bulls.
Get hit or get stung.
And getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus.
Kevin
you feel
Love,
the energy.
pretty much
These guys
in
are
turn.
ready to go. Nightfall in the Windy City with the Willis Tower and the rest of downtown Chicago lighting up the sky. Well, the weekend obviously is in full swing, and so is the NBA. Hey, thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. And on tap tonight, it's the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the Chicago Bulls at United Center. This is Kevin Harlan courtside with Greg Anthony and Brent Berry. David Aldridge will join us momentarily from the sidelines. And the Eastern Conference has been fun to watch. A lot of focus as always this year. And as we hit the midseason surge, let's check out the standings and how they're shaping up. You look at the Bulls. They're 6th right now in the conference with lots of time to make. And before we get... Well, great stuff there, DA. Thank you. Truth is, Greg, Shea's not the only one who's surprised.
I'll admit, I didn't think he'd get to this level this fast, but there's no denying that he's a huge difference maker for this team.
And a look at the starters for the Cavaliers. Clarkson is the 2 with Osman the 3. Larry Nance out there with Kevin Love. And it's Garland in at the point guard position. And for Chicago, White and Levine team up in the backcourt. Porter and Markkanen, the duo at forward. Brent, as the season goes on, and here we are about halfway through, are players' roles still evolving?
Not the starters. They're pretty much
They
set.
are what they are.
They are set in their ways, and they're set in the minutes that they're going to be playing. What the coaches are trying to find are unique combinations that might have to be on the floor because circumstances from the other team are dictating so. So which of my lineups
good pass.
that defensively I'm going to shut down the hard play? Which of the lineups do I have to have out there in order for us to have enhanced shooting ability for a stretch of minutes? Which ones are going to speed my team up to put pressure on the opposition? I think that's where it is that coaches are trying to do a little bit of tweaking. Now that's excellent. Get the ball down deep inside and cash in on a simple basket.
Pass to Nance.
Larry Nance.
Garland, no good. Passes it to Markkanen. And stolen by Love. And now the fast break. Garland with the ball. Now in the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Showing the quickness right there. Just tough to keep up with it.
White finds Levine. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on Nance.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
He hits the second from the line.
Man, it's supposed to be a little stronger than that.
The Cleveland Cavaliers, their last game, a loss to the Grizzlies in Memphis.
Yeah, you could see they were pressing in that one, and the shooting percentages dipped because of it.
Yeah, also, anytime you're having trouble getting over that 40% field goal mark, it's probably not going to be your night. Think about the Cavs and the 2 MVP awards that were won for that franchise. Of course, that was LeBron James in back-to-back seasons, both in 2009 and 2010.
Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
10-5.
Nice job by Larry Nance to fight through contact.
And then in 2013 with Miami, LeBron Brent finished 1 ballot shy, burning all the MVP votes.
But we wouldn't see a unanimous MVP winner until Steph Curry did it in 2016. But just as impressive, if not more so, LeBron James with a total of 4 MVP trophies over a 5-year span.
Here's Osman, guarded by Porter, and it's Osman missing.
Nobody getting a hand in his face in that painted area. That's a miss he's going to be disappointed with.
And the Bulls with another miss.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
Kept alive. Here's Love, and he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Love's got 5 points so far.
Activity and effort and just waiting for the moment. Kevin Love picks that one up. Instinctual score there.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. And in the summer of 2008.
Yes. Then put it back in. Thing is, I ain't got foul trouble. Nice. Pumping them up.
Chicago ends up going with the new group. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Nancy's checked in for Ante Zizic. Love comes in for Henson. Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for Jetty Osman. And it's Garland in for Colin Sexton. Porter and Markkanen, the duo at forward. White and Levine team up in the backcourt. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Levine, good.
And you gotta like the vision for Markkanen. I mean, a big man who knows how to find the open man.
Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Elvedova, the pass to Garland. And Love has it in the corner. He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
And it's Dellavedova with the ball. He brings it up for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Nance.
Well, Nance can be quick, and this time out-hustles his opponent to the offensive board.
Nice.
Bulls trail by 3. Outside, White. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls.
Let's play ball.
The 10-footer. That shot, no good. And it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way. This time they met in Cleveland.
And that was a tough one. They expected to play well and did, just not well enough.
Categorically, you look at that box score from that last game, and they outplayed their opponent in so many areas. I thought it was going to at least come down to a buzzer beater, but it did not.
And Zach LaVine gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Colin Sexton, he's checked in for Matthew Dellavedova. And here's Sexton. He's coming off a 16-point game against Memphis. Bean with the rebound.
Let's go.
And Chicago shooting at 36%. They really seem out of sync offensively. Inside. Puts it up. And the Bulls with another miss.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
Pass to Markkanen. To the middle. Lays it up off the glass. 7 points in the game.
Well, he's 1 for 5 in the quarter, and his body language is saying a lot about where his confidence is. Rattled just a little bit. Maybe the next open look will start him up.
And he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Chandler Hutchison. He's checked in for Otto Porter Jr. That's good from Love. Most every team now, Brent, looking to run when they can run. Who's the most lethal big man in transition? Can get baseline to baseline in a hurry and make a difference at the other end.
Don't think I've seen any player do the type of things at his size and with his stride than Giannis. I just think there were eye-popping plays that people could not wrap their head around what it is he could do. Taking 2 steps from half court, lengthening out his right arm to finish at the rim, grabbing offensive rebounds from the block, not taking any steps and dunking it over the top and getting to the free throw line. Giannis running in transition as a big is a problem for the defense.
And all that on the offense, but on his defensive side, he was always doing the same kind of things defensively. Blocking shots, blocking out, whatever the case may be.
Yep, causing, I mean, just the simple fact of being a deterrent, Kevin, to people coming into the lane and using that length. I mean, Giannis Antetokounmpo is something special in that regard as a big.
Both ends of the floor, I totally agree. Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Thaddeus Young, he's checked in for Lauri Markkanen. Valentine comes in for Levine, and Satoransky's subbed in for White.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
Well, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The Bulls have been shooting right around 75% at the line, 9 of 12 so far. Antonio Blakeney's checked in for Chicago. And that trip coming up empty, missing both.
Is it getting cold in here, Kevin? This is a tough one. Crucial that he starts to work a little harder for a higher percentage shot.
And Henson kicks to Zizic. Second chance shot, and the layup is up and in. Zizic has got the lead up to 9 now for the Cavs.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
And here's the fast break. Clarkson leading the way. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
A pretty good hustle. Clarkson out on the break. He can be dynamic there.
And another turnover here by Chicago.
Yeah, they're finna put me up again. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. This is embarrassing.
Now here's
Very
Sexton.
embarrassing.
Again,
Green
the
light.
Cavaliers score. And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers. 13 points up at the end of the period. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding.
Kevin, thank you. Well, Jay, great start to the season for you, and there's been a lot of talk about you making it to All-Star Weekend. Is that one of your goals?
You know, it's always a personal goal of mine, but I try not to think about, things like that during the season. I'm focusing on what the team needs, and if I happen to make the All-Star game, that's an added bonus.
Well, thanks for the great interview, David, and we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball.
You'll be all right. You just got to let the game come to you. You're forcing it a little bit.
I am forcing.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Kevin Love really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Tipping off the second half, here's John Beeline's 5. Ashman and Love are the forwards. Jordan Clarkson is out there with Garland. And it's Nance in at the 5 down low.
It's just so easy the way Larry Nance Jr. just gets up off the floor.
And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Osman kicks to Garland.
Judy guard.
Clarkson finds Love. Chicago grabs the miss.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
Yeah, you'd like to keep things a little more simple, and that was a play that didn't quite develop the way they wanted it.
So timeout called here, the first for Cleveland. And how about those rookies? Time now to check out the Rookie of the Year race, ranking the league's best young rookies here midway through the season. Well, he's shown he's a force as we move along in the meat of the season, sitting pretty at that #1 spot now, and it's his race to lose.
And this is just a special player. No question he should be favored for the Rookie of the Year award at this point.
Totally agree. It's taken him only about half the season to show he is going to be a force and a face in the NBA for a long time.
The Cavaliers have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
And on the season, they're hitting about 76%, which is a decent rate.
And the first one drops. Brent, when you look back on all the stars you played against during your career, who was the biggest intimidator?
Well, I think about intimidating players, and the first word that comes to mind is Anthony Mason. I know he wasn't a bona fide star player, but you know the role that he had for the teams that he played with, and Anthony Mason was a player you did not want to be playing against. During my era, most of the years that I had some successes and minutes on the floor, it was certainly Kevin Garnett. The way that KG approached every game, you spent many seasons watching him very closely. From year 1 to year 18 or 19, KG came at you every game, every night with the same kind of zest and excitement to compete.
Nice! And how about marketing, using his size and reach on defense? Great timing in terms of being able to get up and block shots.
Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for the Cavaliers. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Garland kicks to Love. Off target from three-point range.
This is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
Here's Osman. And another miss by Cleveland.
Even if you're not shooting it, you like to see the effort level, and his tonight has been high.
Levine.
Green light.
And masterful possession from Levine. He's so lethal at shooting once he catches it.
Dellavedova scanning the floor. Tipped away. 6 on the shot clock. From deep. That shot missing, so the Bulls will take it the other way. Next up for them, the Bucks in Milwaukee. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. Kick out to Levine. Lays it up and banks it in. 16 points for him.
Maybe the halftime break was good for him, allowed him to step back, calm himself down, get himself in the right frame of mind, and now shots are falling.
Garland with it. White's there. Garland, no good. Bulls trail by 6.
You see Zach Levine in the Bulls uniform, and it's hard
Green light.
the trade that sent him here. He was a big
Let's
part of the deal that sent
go.
Jimmy Butler out of Chicago.
And the Cavaliers call time here. And with Levine and the Butler trade, there were a lot of critics at the time. But you know what, Greg? It's worked out for the Bulls. So with the Cavaliers, Nancy's checked in for Ante Zizic. Love comes in for Henson. And it's Jordan Clarkson in for Garland. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. And a chance now to look at the schedule for Chicago. On Monday, they'll be matching up against Eric Bledsoe and the Milwaukee Bucks. And then on Wednesday, they'll head home and take on the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And looking at the Cavs matchup, that's a contest that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best.
At small forward and power forward, Porter and Young. White and Levine team up in the backcourt. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
You got to do better than that on Larry Nance Jr. Outstanding at keeping his balance, even after getting hit.
That one falls. 20 points for him.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this.
Clarkson passes to Sexton. Back to Clarkson. A rebound by Young. Young's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Banked in off the glass.
Disappointing as a player to have such a great game and still be trailing. Not over yet, though.
The Cavaliers leading by 12. There's the pass to Clarkson. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the 4th. He kicks to Sexton. From 17 feet out. And too long on the shot. Chicago has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Outside Porter. Nance comes with the double team. Basket good.
Drama here, guys. I mean, they've managed to get hot just when it looked like this thing was out of reach.
There's 1:54 left to play here in the 4th. Here's Love. Oh, Nance in position.
Yeah, Love can scan the floor. He's always looking for the late cutter and patient with that decision.
Down low. And he lays it straight in.
And his stroke has been dead on from the outside. I mean, inside, outside. It just doesn't matter.
Cleveland leading by 10. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. It's blocked. Levine finds Porter to the inside. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits.
Well, here's the problem. He's shooting the lights out, but they're still behind. They need another guy to step up.
Sexton deciding where to go with it. Over Levine. They get it back.
Good job on the glass there, working hard to establish position and put himself in a great spot to come away with that rebound.
Just on the game. How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
Once again off the mark by Cleveland.
Oh, I ain't worried about that. I'm playing good ball.
Outside, White. Feeds to Young. Right block shot. Yes, that goes in.
Yeah, there's really no defense for that one. Turnaround jumper on time, on target.
And now we've got the intentional foul. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and now they decide to foul intentionally. It's the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
Sexton understands what's at stake for him, so the passion that he brings to the court on a nightly basis has to be there.
Guys, let's just go ahead and call this one. It's over.
You want to keep expending energy, or do you want to start thinking about the next one?
But he gets it back. Tries again. Rebound Love. And so it's Cleveland winning this one. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for him, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting.
Stood tall and pulled it out. Well said. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brent Berry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
Hey, Che, your shoe guy and his girlfriend are here, and she's apparently like the president of your fan club, and I guess he's shy now because he wants me to introduce you to her, so here I am. Great, they're inside. Come on in here.
Oh.
Che?
Yo.
We need you in the press room in 10.
Okay, got it.
Hey, Che.
What's up, Vinny?
Now, I know you guys lost tonight, but you gotta take some satisfaction in how well you were able to put the ball in the basket, right? How did you feel out there?
Satisfaction, I mean, I wouldn't say that. Because at the end of the day, we're the one that has to hold that L. I mean, how many points I scored, that's irrelevant. I'd rather go scoreless and win than drop 40 and lose.
You work hard on your game, though, right? Especially as a rookie, it must mean something to come out and have a game like this.
Yeah, I guess. But I work hard so we can win. You can score 20, 30, whatever, but if that doesn't help your team win, what's the point, Benny?
Got a good point. A hell of a good point. Practice does make perfect.
So players have told us on NBA 2K TV that they've actually used 2K to sometimes scout opponents or play with teammates they haven't played with yet. Have you done any of that?
Oh, for sure, multiple times. Back when I first got in the league, I would play 2K the night before a game, depending on who we're playing, and just play, just see, let the computer play, and just watch how the players do their thing. And now, okay, he likes to do this, he likes to do that. This is what we should run against them. This is what, see, I should do that all the time.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
It jumpstart.
Another thing I loved is at your introductory press conference for the Lakers, you actually said that you recorded virtual LeBron throwing an alley-oop pass to virtual Anthony Davis, and you got so excited that you actually texted that to LeBron. So what was his response?
Yeah, he was excited. He was like overly excited, so obviously, we want to do a lot of that in Staples this year, but to be able to do that for the first time, on 2K, it was fun.
We'll have more of Chris's sit-down with Anthony Davis later this season, but right now we have gameplay director Mike Wang in the house for the first 2K20 expert tips. Hey Mike, welcome.
Thanks so much for having me here.
Yes, Mike. Now, what can we share with the fans today?
Yeah, well, the first thing to mention is probably that if you've played 2K for a while, the major controls are all the same, so you'll feel right at home with 2K20. But dribbling has changed a little bit, so this year you do everything with each flick of the stick. So if you tap up on the right stick, for example, this year, instead of getting a whole slew of moves, you get just a simple crossover, single between the legs, and this changes based on the player.
In terms of shooting, I know a lot of people were talking about different shot meter options and whatnot. I know this is something that you really like in the game this year. What kind of examples of shot meters can you share with the fans?
So you can have it by the hands, which is the default meter, and you can have different green light animations, okay?
I love
so
that.
When you hit a perfect shot, basically, you can either have this little water effect, which is the splash, you can have a paint splat effect, or you can have a little quick flash, which is actually my favorite. It's nice and subtle. And then if you actually like the shot meter by your feet, a lot of people like this from NBA 2K17. It's very similar, it just fills left to right. And same three options, you can have the splash or the splat or the flash. Or my personal favorite, you can turn the shot meter off. And if you do that, you actually get a boost if you have perfect timing.
You think a lot of players that are used to 2K are going to opt in for turning the shot meter off to get that boost?
I think so. I think especially the programmers and the real competitive players. And one thing to keep in mind, though, is when you turn the shot meter off, that you get a boost when you get perfect timing, but you also get a kind of a bigger hit if you have bad timing. You're going to see a lot of misses if you're a little early or late with that shot meter off.
I love that.
Ooh, all green.
What about some of the new dribbling systems? You mentioned having dual stick dribbling.
Yeah.
What tips can you give to some newcomers to 2K as well as some of the hardcore players?
Yeah, well, I think what we wanted to do with the dribbling system this year is make it so that anybody could pick up the sticks and be successful early on. You can kind of get by with just the left stick. You can get simple like stops and snatchbacks by just throwing the stick. But yeah, once you get kind of used to the way your player moves, and there's 27 different dribble styles, you're going to want to try to start to move more of your moves to the right sticks. That's where all the kind of the flashier ball handling moves are. If you want to do the twin legs move, it's that kind of down left angle. If you want to do it behind the back, it's straight down. And these are all kind of like you just chain them together by flicking the stick left and right and up and down.
So let's say there's a new player or someone that wants to get better. How do they do that?
Well, the first thing we always recommend is to jump into 2KU. Everything you want to know about the game is in there. So if you go into 2KU, and the first thing you'll see is the training game, and you can go in there, and then you'll see just tutorials on everything you want to do. There'll be a little overlay telling you what the move is and how to do it, and it'll walk you right through everything. So that's a great way to learn the basics of the game.
I was on Twitter and I saw your picture popping up so much during the 2K20 Community Day. How do you guys look at community feedback?
Community feedback for us is priceless. And so we listen to everything that they say, and we try to make the game that they're going to love.
I think this has been super helpful, and as always, it's a pleasure having you here on 2K TV. Thanks so much for joining us, Mike.
No, thanks again for having me.
Well, speaking of community, we held our 5th NBA 2K Community Day with longtime 2K fans and community members who are checking out the new game for the first time. Here's a look at their first impressions.
Just like
Lots of energy.
That's a look at our setting tonight. The picturesque city of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Welcome to the NBA here on 2. Hey, Dave.
The Bucks took a massive leap
right.
in Coach Mike Budenholzer's first season in Milwaukee.
The feeling no doubt mutual. Thanks, DA. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for Middleton.
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. Levine at the 2 with Porter at the 3. Then it's Lowry Markkanen. Then it's White. And for Milwaukee, Matthews and Middleton, the 2 wings. Antetokounmpo is out there with Robin Lopez. And it's Hill in at the point guard. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And there's the foul against Milwaukee. Chicago shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. And tonight might be a low-scoring affair, Chris. Talk about what makes these teams we're going to see here so great defensively.
Well, one thing is length. When you have length, you have guys that can switch any position. And when you're able to switch, it makes it easier because in a pick and roll, if you have to get through one slight second of being late, you're going to lose your man. But when you switch, your other defender is already in front of the man. And so I think it's the length, switching, and also that help side defense, that shot blocking coming from the weak side.
That effort, though, is always there in all those different scenarios, isn't it?
Oh, you're right. Length means nothing without effort. You got to have heart to play deep.
Read the defense perfectly on that possession.
Milwaukee's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. On the wing, Giannis. He's guarded by Markkanen. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
You know, the improvement we've seen over the last few seasons with Giannis is incredible. I mean, he just keeps adding to an already superstar-level game.
And you know, Greg, this last season, Giannis improving on his rebounding and his passing.
Career highs for him in both of those areas. If he ever adds a deep shot, I'm not sure how you guard him at that point.
And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Pass to Matthews. Outside Hill. Over in the corner, Antetokounmpo. A three-pointer off the mark. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
I take that. We're doing many things well. And then it was a sense of when this guy's
take that.
For Milwaukee, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Lopez outside. Here's Middleton. He doesn't hit that one. So the Bulls will take it the other way. Their last encounter was in Chicago.
Scoring efficiency was an issue in that one. Took them too many shots to get their points.
Yes, yeah. They had a hard time taking the lid off the basket.
I like that phone.
Their movement is good, and they get the ball into the right hand. Now, usually he drops those in between jumpers. Just 1 for 5 from the field now. I mean, they've come out flat. They need to pick up the energy.
Can't connect from short range.
Oh, my dude's gonna get selfish. Soon as he moves,
didn't stay with it.
Milwaukee, no good that time either.
It isn't the D that causes that miss. That's just a loss of concentration that time.
About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter.
Nice defense.
Misses the layup. And so Giannis will bring it up for the Bucks. They trail by 1. They're coming off that win against the Knicks.
Yeah, it was all hands on deck. That's the get points off the bench when you're on the road.
In that kind of environment, every point matters. The bench was a huge reason why they won that one.
And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago. And the shooting guard, Wesley Matthews, a terrific defender.
This shit right here is what disappoints me.
Some changes. Giannis, he's checked in for Jones. Chris Middleton comes in for Kyle Korver. And it's Matthews in for Pat Connaughton. The pass to Blakeney to the middle. 8 feet away. Uses the glass that time, and it's good. He's got 6.
Quick replays.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. So for Chicago right now, Porter and Markkanen, the duo at forward. Then it's White, and it's Blakeney in at the 2-guard spot. Shoots a fader. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Bucks have gone 1 of 6 from the field in the second quarter. It's been a rough period so far. The kick out to Lopez. Porter against Middleton.
Ball.
Pass to Hill.
Let's go.
Shot clock at 6. Milwaukee needs to get off a shot here. Lopez, no luck.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Yeah, and I have too, which is why
Clean.
they're okay with it. I'm sure
Clean
if he gets that
layup.
kind of look again, he's going to let it fly again.
I can dunk it if I want to.
Outside Hill.
Layup this makes it seem more
Lets a
disgrace.
floater go.
Ooh!
No good on the triple.
They get away with it here, but that's not a shot you should ever be given.
And Greg, after this season, Antetokounmpo will be eligible to sign a Supermax extension. The Bucks want him to stay happy.
The loss of Malcolm Brogdon last summer definitely stung. Trying to control costs, but you don't want to take a step back with Giannis's decision.
Ooh!
Looney.
Now here's Giannis. Really played well against Brooklyn in his last outing. Lopez, no luck.
His field goal percentage has dipped this quarter. I mean, his movement has to be better. He has to find the open spots on the floor.
So they take the lead.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Let's go.
1:57 left in the first half of basketball. And so Antetokounmpo looking over it. Lopez finds Matthews. Outside Hill. Over White. And the basket by Hill. Hill's got it all tied up now for Milwaukee.
While he prefers the triple, give me space, he'll let it go from the mid-range.
Chicago calls timeout. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
Yeah, I mean, they had their chances, competed deep into that game, but Had a few lulls there that just kind of took them down.
And those are the games that really hurt. I mean, you're playing well, the effort's there, and in the end, it still isn't enough.
Lopez, he's checked in for the Bucks. Then for the Bulls, Young comes in for Markkanen, and Levine subbed in for Antonio Blakeney. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
When he was wide open.
Well, Kevin, Chris Middleton was a first-time All-Star in 2019. We all know that Middleton is one of the league's best shooters, but he had to adjust his game to a new system under coach Mike Budenholzer. Middleton said, "I guess that's what being an all-star is, a team player and a complete player. Not playing for stats, playing for nothing else but to win." Kevin?
First-time all-star and well-deserved. David, thank you.
And that was the correct play to make. George Hill, a very discerning playmaker.
Back to Levine. Rebound, Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo's got his 6th rebound on the night. Hill against Levine. Pass to Lopez. Antetokounmpo trying to free himself up. The shot's good from Lopez.
These are the shots that the coaching staff wants Lopez taking. You see why when this is the result.
And a wide open look for
Green
Porter.
light.
Bangs home the trifecta. And the Bulls lead by 1. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
The shot by Antetokounmpo.
Green light.
Around, and they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Talk about it.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third. And thanks for joining us again, folks. 2K Sports broadcasting here on MLK Day, bringing you the NBA. All players look for an edge, Chris. For example, certain guys are just so deceptive with the ball in their hands. I mean, you're always looking for whatever can give you that advantage.
Two of the best. Players and people can complain as much as they want. Harden getting to the line is a genius because he knows how you're guarding him, and basically you gotta stay away from him to guard him because he's so skilled. And by the way, Curry does the same thing, and Curry, one of the smaller players in the league, always finding a way to take the contact, take the bump, but to get the scoring up. And I think as a fan, for me, I know as a fan for me, it's fun watching the cat and mouse game between the offensive player and the defender, seeing who can get the best of each other while involving the ref.
They just control their bodies so well. They know exactly what they need to do to get that call.
And it's all on the spur of the moment. I mean, this is all on the fly. Such genius to watch play.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. Setting the floor for the Bucks. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Hill is out there with Matthews. And it's Lopez in at the 5. Here's Antetokounmpo. It's blocked. Kicks to Markkanen. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Count it.
The movement off the ball is good. I mean, and the pass to hit him in stride is even better.
Big hit.
And some changes here for the Bucks. Damian Jones is checked in for Lopez. Brown comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Pat Connaughton in for Matthews. Denzel Valentine, he's checked in for the Bulls. Satoransky comes in for White.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
Bulls trail by 4. To the wing right side. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession. Some changes here for the Bucks. Lopez.
Hell yeah. Go Bulls.
Team swap here for Milwaukee. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group. Outside Porter. Outside White. A second chance effort. And that's 2 points on the layup. He's got 16. 26 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. And here's Giannis. He's got 9. Clock at 6. Lets it go. Here's Lopez, and Lopez throws it down.
Oh, Lopez is terrific on the offensive glass. I love seeing him use his long arms to haul in the ball.
And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks. In a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
No, it's quick decision making. You see a guy open, you can't hesitate. That's an outstanding play.
Happy Martin Luther King Day, everyone, and welcome back as we get going again here at 2K Sports. On the court for the Bulls, getting this fourth quarter started. And small forward and power forward, Porter and Young. White and Levine team up in the backcourt. Bulls trail by 8. White drives in, and Chris Middleton pulls it down.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
There's the dish to Giannis. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Here's White. Here's Young. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
That one misses.
And see, Webb, you talk to the Bulls fans, and they are eager for a return to greatness.
Yeah, GA, it's been a long time since the Jordan era, and Bulls fans know it. But you know, GA, the Bulls have a very loyal group of fans. Their patience has been tested, though, but this team needs results.
Matthews passes to Lopez, and Lopez throws it down.
I like how hard Lopez goes. He's a hustler and likes getting chances to finish with power.
It's not got nothing to do with frustration. I didn't know the computer sucked that bad.
Kick out to Levine. Outside, White. Inside, it's tipped. It's thrown by to Tacumbo. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. Hill has the open look. The shot, no good. And it's Chicago the other way. Shot from the wing. And the shot is long.
He gets the playground jumper and can't make good on it. You don't get many chances easier than that.
It's deflected. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. And Giannis gets it to go.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Oh, yeah, and that's what you love about him. He shows no mercy, even with a comfortable lead.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. Look at 6 men out there, Chris. Coming off the bench, who are some of the bigs that make the biggest impact?
Well, don't sleep on Enes Kanter. I mean, he can get your buckets in a hurry, and he attacks the boards with force. That's why I love him. Don't forget about Little Sabo. He has Hall of Fame DNA, and he's making his own name for himself. That's right, Sabonis out there in Indiana. You love the way he comes off the bench, such a steady force. He can do everything for you, so he can replace your 3, 4, or 5 because of his skill set. Pick and pop, post up, shoot, and he'll dunk on you as well.
Good detail. Passes to White. Outside, Porter. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Bucks leading by 11. Here's Giannis. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, I mean, the ball handling and body control for a guy that's Giannis's height, it's really impressive.
And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
Dude need to guard Giannis.
And so it's Milwaukee with it. Bucks have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth, 4 of 9. 1:44 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Lopez, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
There's no quitting Lopez, even when he's getting hammered. He finishes with this soft touch.
And here's Levine, who brings it up for the Bulls. It's a 16-point game. Bulls moving the ball around. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Good D by Lopez.
I mean, he struggles with his finishes sometimes. I mean, it's kept him from being an elite player.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Bucks.
Tonight, they seem committed to the three-point shot.
That was the bread and butter. Fortunately, they made enough of those, but sometimes it was quantity over quality.
And so this is going to end up as victory number 24 on the year.
And not just a win tonight, guys, but a win on the season series as well, as they finished with 3 out of 4 games against this opponent.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Well, the best work he did came on the boards. Nobody can match his intensity. His rebounding played a big role in this win.
And the Bucks miss again.
Now, look, even if he had other places to go with the ball, that's a good shot. You can't blame him for letting that one
fly. The first free throw is good.
Number 16. At the line.
And he makes the first, but misses the second. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Connaughton kicks to Bender. From down in the low post, it goes. And the Bucks lead by 14.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
That's why they're in the driver's seat right now, looking to put this one away.
Here's DiVincenzo. And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching. Presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you later.
Really strong play from Chase.
Where is this bad joke?
Stamina. Do it. Doing good.
That you want.
My first impression is I really like the game speed. And also, with the game of basketball is actually more about transitions now. You guys play transitional defense this year, so that's real big in the game.
What are your thoughts on 2K20 so far?
The My Career seems extremely good, like the My Player Builder. Seems very nice. The badges. The badges is one thing that I've been looking at going, this has improved a lot.
What were your thoughts on the WNBA?
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA. The 2K Sports pregame show.
Tonight, we'll be watching the Minnesota Timberwolves playing against the Chicago Bulls at United Center. For Chicago, they haven't forgotten the fact that this team swept them last.
The Chicago River winding its way through the... And David...
Well, guys, there is a bit of history for Che and AW.
Thanks for that report, David. It's always interesting, isn't it, Greg, when buddies go up against one another?
And the last thing you want to do is lose to a friend. There's a lot of pride at stake, even though there's a lot of love.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Conley and Towns, the duo inside. Teague is at the point with Wiggins at the 2. And it's Walden in at the 3. And for Chicago, Porter and Markkanen, the duo at forward. Satoransky runs the point with Levine at the 2. In the middle of the season, Doris, some teams now just beginning to find their stride, their rhythm. How do they now maintain it?
Yeah, I think at this point of the year, you've established your rotation. Players know when they're going to come in, when they might be subbed out. I think it's about sort of finding, keeping, and maintaining that rhythm and execution that should be very, very well ingrained in your guys' habits.
I know you've played this way, but when you know your role, when you know the minutes and the rhythm, as we were just talking about, I think for a player that's huge. Am I correct?
You are. Know your role and star in your
Playing
role.
with it.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
And at the top of the key, Towns. He can't get that one. Now Chicago takes it the other way. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
Hey, they had their opportunities, but let's face it, they choked from the line. Hard to win that way on the road.
Well, you know this, Greg, because you played in the NBA. You've got to stand in and deliver from the free throw line, even in a tough environment, and they failed to do so.
Now, here's Satoransky. After the miss from Karl Anthony Towns, here's Markkanen. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one on Walden.
And Markkanen is showing the aggressiveness you like to see in a guy with his skill set. Somebody who doesn't lack confidence when he shoots the ball. And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
Walden. Another miss by Minnesota.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
And now the Timberwolves on the break. Here's Teague. Good, and the assist goes to Towns.
Pass the ball.
You know, Kevin, doesn't it seem in today's NBA, every point guard has a floater, and Jeff Teague is no exception.
And you look at how Towns is so effective on offense, and it's because he really has the entire package for a big man. Back to the basket, facing up, playing outside or in, off the bounce, or on the catch. This guy can do it all. And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need him.
You know, outstanding start. You've made 3 of your first 4.
And Teague's got the ball here for the Timberwolves. And Greg, as you said, it's the skill level of Towns at his young age that is so incredible.
Very capable 3-ball shooter, but he likes backing you down on the block as well. You step back and look at what he can do for a team, and there aren't really any holes in his game.
And Chicago has possession after the made shot from Karl Anthony Towns. 14 feet away. Rebound Minnesota. And going against Chicago, their first meeting of the season.
And one of the few bright spots of their last season was sweeping the season series in this matchup.
Now here's Wiggins. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Denver.
Boy, and defensively, he had them off balance. He was able to come away with 4 steals.
Just 3 to shoot. Offensive rebound.
Boy, against so little defensive pressure, you have to convert that.
Back to Markkanen. And that one, good.
And Markkanen continuing to improve inside. I mean, utilizing his height. The D has a tough time matching up with somebody with his skill set.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout, fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
Yeah, in that game, I thought they took advantage of some sloppy play, but give them credit. They turned mistakes into points.
Well, you have to capitalize when...
Chicago ends up going with the new group. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Towns, he's checked in for Jang. Vonleh comes in for Bell. Walden, he's checked in for Robert Covington. And Andrew Wiggins is subbed in for Jeff Teague. Lauri Markkanen is out there with Murray. Then it's Zach LaVine. And it's Archie Diacono in at the point. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Outside, Walden to the paint. Here's Towns. And he could not get that one to go.
I was there.
Out of contact.
Let's
and
go.
The line for 2. And Towns, a player who took a little bit of time adjusting from the college game at Kentucky to the NBA game, especially Doris on the defensive end.
I do think you have to appreciate over the last
I
several
was there,
seasons
Karl
Karl
Anthony.
Anthony Towns' commitment to becoming a better defender. Listen, he has the length to not only block shots, but to alter shots, and you just want him to have consistent effort on that end.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Otto Porter Jr. comes in for Murray, and Zedaransky subbed in for Ryan Arcidiacono.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
Puts it up, and the rejection by Towns.
Well, his value to this team on defense, not many guys can defend the perimeter and the rim the way Towns can.
And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Inside, and the dunk by Towns.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Shoots, and the rejection by Towns.
Let's give some credit to the defense for how they're guarding this guy right now, because they're refusing to let him get comfortable.
On the wing, A.W. He's guarded by Markkanen.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Well, missed opportunities, and they can certainly add up. You cannot afford to take that kind of shot. Boy, a tough go for him in this quarter. You can see how desperately he wants to get things started. He just can't make a shot.
Bulls trail by 8 to the inside. Happy to see that one go in. He's shooting 4 for 10 with that basket.
Well, that's not the guy you want guarding him at the rim. Just too much of a differential in terms of size.
Layman pass to Towns. Wiggins from outside. No good. Shot missing. So the Bulls will take it the other way.
Credit the defense right there. They have not allowed this guy to get going at all in this period.
Yeah, easy call.
Chicago shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
Teague, he's checked in for Minnesota.
You know, one dilemma that jumps out at me with the Timberwolves, over the years, they have been an excellent offensive rebounding team. It's the other end, the defensive backboards, where they have had some problems.
Wiggins outside. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there. And our third month into the season, things becoming a little more clear in the power rankings. You take a look at the Trailblazers. They couldn't hold their position this week, but remain in the top 10.
And you know, right now for the Bulls, they're sort of cemented in this spot right now. Playing decent basketball, but not quite well enough to make up any ground and get into that next tier.
Rebounded by the Timberwolves. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new grouping. Wendell Carter, he's checked in for Markkanen. Valentine comes in for Porter. Antonio Blakeney's checked in for Zach LaVine. And it's White for Satoransky. Minnesota also making some changes. Jang, he's checked in for Towns. Jordan Bell comes in for Noah Vonleh. And Robert Covington subbed in for Walden. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
The hard blue-collar work ethic on display. This guy just beating everyone to the ball.
Teague with the ball. With 2 seconds left. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. And a close game so. All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back.
Let me pause it. I'll be back up.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Karl Anthony Towns has been sensational.
What a menace he was on defense through the first 2 quarters, just disrupting everything.
Well, it was about effort and anticipation. Hard to get into an offensive rhythm when you know this guy is lurking.
On the court for Minnesota, Vonleh and Towns, the duo inside. Teague is at the point with Wiggins at the 2. And it's Walden in at the 3, the small forward. Doris, if I were to ask you right now in the league who has the most unstoppable shot, who would you tell me?
You know what's interesting, Kevin, is I wonder if in the long view of history, James Harden's step-back 3 will become sort of an identifiable shot with him, the way the sky hook was with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Oh, yes,
right?
yes.
Like, you wonder, does that become a signature play for James? It certainly is something that's darn near impossible to stop right now.
For the lead, Karl Anthony Towns with the rebound. Wiggins against LaVine. The 11-footer. And it's Wiggins missing.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
Count it, good.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
.90 seconds now into the second half. To the middle, here's Towns, and Towns throws it down.
If Karl Anthony Towns is feeling it, he will command the basketball, and as a coach, that's what you're hoping for.
Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Markkanen, good.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Satoransky against Teague. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. Not going to go that time.
Well, trying to find themselves in the second half here. Just 1 for 4 from the field. Can someone in the group get hot? Let's see.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Pass to Towns. Back to Teague. This one for 3. And no good that time. Now Chicago takes it the other way.
Only 20% shooting in this quarter. They need to settle down and relax a little bit here.
Wiggins kicks to Vonleh. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Chicago leading by 3. And for a player that didn't come in with a lot of fanfare to the NBA, Markkanen is one of the top young players in the league.
Yeah, call him the marksman or the finisher. Call him Larry Bird, if you like. Fantastic stretch 4, who showed he could be a focal point of an offense, can play with an edge as well, and is just scratching the surface of his potential.
And the Timberwolves call time.
Well, this is the first full year now for Ryan Saunders. Let's remember he was hired by Minnesota full-time after an interim stint last season. And boy, did the players love playing for him.
Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Towns, he's checked in for Jen. Noah Vonleh comes in for Jordan Bell. Walden, he's checked in for Jake Lehman. And it's Teague in for Wiggins. Here's Teague. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And as we know, Doris, Ryan Saunders, the son of the late, great Minnesota legend, Flip Saunders.
Well, certainly the family has history with the organization, but in no way did Ryan Saunders get the job due to name only. This guy proved he can get wins from this Minnesota roster last year. For Saunders, he's known as a player development guy, and the ability to handle superstars is part and parcel to the job.
Satoransky runs the point with Levine at the 2. Porter and Markkanen, the duo at forward. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. Clock at 4. Shot from the inbound. And the layup by Satoransky. And the Bulls lead by 3.
Boy, that's all by design now. Get the shot as soon as possible on that inbound pass.
Down low, here's Vonleh. Second shot opportunity. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the
And he makes the first. No good on the second free throw.
Yeah, being down 2 points instead of 1 thanks to the free throw miss makes getting a stop here absolutely critical.
Shoots it. It's hauled in by Karl Anthony Towns. Towns has got 5 rebounds tonight.
Well, it hasn't been the most efficient game for this guy, but their team is fortunate to still be out in front.
And finished off by A.W.
We know this about Robert Covington. He is a team man first and foremost. Pretty pass.
Levine kicks to Satoransky. Outside Levine. And a wide open look for Porter. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist.
That's a big-time bucket right there. Porter comes up huge.
Outside Teague. A floater. Chicago grabs the miss. No block shot on the way. Uses the glass to drop it in.
Now, Zach LaVine is a solid passer. This guy entered the league as a point guard, puts it on the money there.
And the Timberwolves call time. They're trailing by 5. 1:49 left in the fourth quarter of this one. And now we present our Jordan Player of the Game.
And he's provided them with a major mismatch on that low block tonight. That they've been able to lean on his scoring in the paint. And if nothing else has worked, he's given them a reliable option on every possession.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Wiggins is checked in. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Ryan Saunders' huddle. He got on his guys about allowing too many paint points. He said, hey, we've got to be scrappier. We've got to be quicker to help, quicker to collapse the lane. You guys know what to do. Now you got to give me the effort. I want to see some nasty. Kevin?
Thanks so much, David. Teague finds Towns. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
How about the calm demeanor of Towns? Well made for pressure situations.
Pass to Satoransky. Again with the block.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle. Here's Teague, and it's denied. They recover it. Wiggins surveying the floor. Count it! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
Inside. Lets it fly. Markkanen trying to break loose. 7-second difference. Shot and game clock. Alden. Got it!
And this is the definition of clutch. I love seeing AW go forward when the game is on the line.
Chicago calls timeout. They're behind by 1. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Seconds left in the fourth. Passes it to Porter. Alden with the steal. And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
Good on the first, and that will put them up by 2.
Well, he spent 1 year in college at Kentucky, yet Karl Anthony Towns has made such a smooth transition to the NBA. His ascension, guys, has been really remarkable.
And now they foul and stop the clock.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. And he does get the second one. And that makes it a 3-point lead. Chicago calls timeout. They're trailing by 3. 6 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Six seconds left in the fourth quarter. There's Porter with the 3. Misses the tray. And so it's the Timberwolves who come out on top here. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the time a ton of pride in. They battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it tonight. For Greg Anthony, Doris Berg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Hey, Che.
Yo.
They want you in the press room.
Okay, I'll be in there at 10, all right?
Thanks.
You were balling out there tonight, Che. Nice game.
Thanks, Vinny.
It's got to sting a little bit when you're setting everyone up, but you just can't get over the hump. Is that on your teammates?
I mean, it always hurts to lose, Vinny, but it's not any one person's fault. And I gotta look at myself as much as anyone else. Did I make the right rotations on D? Did I take the open shots when I had them? Did I fill the right lane on a break? There's a million things that can go into every game, you know.
Sure, but you were working overtime to set your guys up. Does that mean you've got to be more selfish next time?
I don't know about all that, Vinny, man. I'll look at the tape with the coaches and see what we could have done better, you know? At the end of the day, we're just trying to take home that W for the fans. So whatever I gotta do to do that, that's what I'm gonna do.
Nice work on the boards tonight, Che.
Oh, right on, thanks.
Why do you think you guys weren't able to pick up the win, even though you gobbled up all those rebounds?
Bro, rebounding is just one part of the game, all right? It's important, but it's not everything. As far as why we didn't win tonight, I don't have a great answer for you. But we look at the tape and figure out a way to come out strong next time, all right? And bring home a W for the fans, because they deserve it. Does that answer your question, Vinny?
Man. Another feature that I like too is the draft.
Yeah.
Is now back into the game, so it's like it adds a little bit more of incentive in playing those original, you know, games to try to raise your draft stock, and you actually want to actually compete in the draft combine to try to get it drafted as high as you can.
You've gotten your hands on the game. What are your initial thoughts?
I mean, I'm just so mesmerized of how much you were able to do in just 1 year. It's just so much I could talk about, but the changes that have been made, they're just, it's insane. The
30 tonight. I can feel it.
I got those tickets you asked for, too.
And a glimpse inside the locker room. Players' final and let's sure do. And with his quickness, a scary combination. Thank you, D.A. Now Sacramento starting 5. Back to the point with Hield to his side. They're the backcourt. Bagley and Giles, both former Blue Devils, are the 4 and the 5. And it's Ariza in at the 3, the small forward. And for Chicago, Levine at the 2 with Porter at the 3. Then it's Lauri Markkanen. Then there's Thomas Satoransky. Well, Smitty, as we know, there's talk of playing more regular season games overseas. Good idea, or is the season hard enough as it is?
I like the balance where it is right now, Kevin. A few games you get a chance to go overseas, you know, during the season or preseason, but just add more travels. I don't know if it's a good idea.
And so it's the Kings getting on the board first. And De'Aaron Fox gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. The 8-footer. Nice touch on the bank shot.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
And here's Hield. He'll bring it up for Sacramento. Their last encounter was in Sacramento.
And that was a tough one. They expected to play well and did, just not well enough.
I think they had some key takeaways from that one. Things they did well and things they can improve upon.
Pass to Bagley. Clock is at 3. Shoots over Satoransky. And it's Bagley that time on the assist by Fox.
Yeah, and Bagley has the reputation for showing variety. Can score in a different way on each possession.
Shot from 6. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Outside, Fox. Passes it to Hield. From deep, 6 to shoot. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
And that is what Hield does. So this guy is a gunner and loves pulling the trigger from deep.
Poke loose. And out of bounds is Chicago gains possession. And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Barnes.
And the one thing that he'll be looking to change is the downturn in his three-point percentage. It's taken a hit here the last 10 games. I know he's putting in extra work to get that rhythm back.
Does not find the mark. He's made 2 and missed 1 now. The Kings have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Levine against Fox. Hield, the pass to Giles. Outside, Fox. A floater, and the layup is good.
And Fox starting to show you his abilities inside. Has quick instincts, which I think helps him when he's down low. Well, some ups and downs for Marvin Bagley in that rookie campaign with the Kings, but you could see the flashes of potential and the tremendous work ethic when he was out on that floor.
Timeout is called. First of the game for Sacramento. And with Bagley, the mobility he showed for his size is... Chicago ends up going with the new group. And some changes here for the Kings.
The Kings.
Porter and Markkanen, the duo at forward. Satoransky runs the point with Levine at the 2. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Now here's Hield. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game. Clock at 6. Back to Fox. Shoots over Satoransky. Fox, no good.
And not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
The dish to Markkanen. The rebound by Giles.
Why did you go in?
Kings leading now by 7. He's up top. Got a piece of it. Seven-foot shot. And no good. Trying to use the glass. And here's Hield. He'll bring it up for the Sacramento Kings. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Minnesota, where they'll take on the Timberwolves. That will conclude a 5-game road trip.
Oh, my God.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Their turnaround jumper. And the basket for the 4th time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6. Here's Fox. 26 points for him last game against Detroit.
And he really made an impact defensively. His 4 steals were huge.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, after years and years of rebuilding, the Kings are finally a team on the rise, and they're earning respect. Draymond Green said they've got a lot of young talent, never quit. Probably the fastest team in the history of the NBA. Green said after he plays them, I leave the game exhausted. I go home, I'm dead. But Kevin, we know that Green is pretty accustomed to going all out.
David, he sure is. He's got a lot of engine in him. Thank you so much. Giles. It's blocked. And here we go. Fast break. Levine's got it. And a wide open look for Porter. Goes back up. He takes it up and lays it in. 10 points for him.
At the end of the day, when the ball goes up, there's no substitute for effort.
Here's Fox. And the shot is good. Fox has got the lead up to 9 now for the Kings.
What a game for him so far. He started out strong in that first quarter and has only turned it up from there.
That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3.
And once you get the height advantage from there, no need to mess around.
Hield outside. Teardrop shot, and there's the nice layup by Fox. Fox has got 10 points in the game.
He's been a big factor in their offense tonight, making shot after shot.
Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Kings leading now by 7. 35 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Healed from outside. They get it back. Here's Giles. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
One of the cases where height fails to tell you the whole story.
Satoransky, bounce pass, kick out to Levine. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. The 8-footer, and the Bulls tack on 2 more.
Beautiful find by Levine there. Takes his time to survey the floor.
And here is Fox. From deep three-point range, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. A big-time effort for De'Aaron Fox, providing a lot of energy for the second.
Thanks very much, Shea. Everything falling for you in that first half. How were you able to be so efficient?
Hey, really, I think it's just all about playing within myself. The flow of the offense. As long as I, let the game come to me and don't force anything, I'll get good looks. And that's been the case tonight.
Well, it's all about getting easy and good shots for your teammates, and you've done that so far. Thanks. Guys?
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3. And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, 1 half to go. The emphasis on freedom of movement, less grabbing and holding on the perimeter, Steve, has made some players almost impossible to defend.
Yeah, James Harden, because he likes to be physical, and it's how can you not guard him without being physical in return. Steph Curry, because he gets the opening shoot shots. Lillard, Kyrie, Devin Booker, Giannis, Kevin Durant for sure. It's hard to guard these guys because they're so good on the offensive end.
Starting off the second half, here's Luke Walton's 5. Hield and Ariza are the 2 and the 3. Bagley and Giles, both former Blue Devils, are the 4 and the 5. And it's Fox in at the point guard. Now, here's Satoransky. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Shot clock at 5.
Shoot the damn ball.
Goes up the baseline. A putback, and Porter putting it right back in. Porter's got his first points of the night.
On that play, this is where Porter's
passed
length
somebody
is such
the ball
an
wide
asset,
open.
creating second chance opportunities.
Fox finds Bagley. Lets it go from 14. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Fox has got his 4th assist in this one. Bulls trail by 9. The pass to Markkanen. To the inside.
I got traded to this team.
Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter.
We all know Hield can shoot, but for him to get better, he's got to keep adding different dimensions to his game.
Please, trade.
Some teams changing it up here.
Horrible.
There's 49 seconds left in the third. Barnes outside to the middle. And he jams it with authority.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
Chicago has gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15. Pass to Levine. To the paint. They swipe it. just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Fox passes to Ariza. And here's Barnes for 3. No good that time. Here's Valentine. Makes it off the glass.
And when he breaks out the crossover, you can be sure he's going to leave somebody in his wake.
The Kings have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one. That's good from Barnes.
Barnes, the former Tar Heel, is usually lights out from the charity stripe.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. From deep. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's Sacramento in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, you also have the location of the pass. Puts it right where it needs to be, where his man can do something with it.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Saturansky runs the point with Levine at the 2. Porter and Markkanen, the duo at forward. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
Really surprising to see the huge edge they have in rebounds, given what the scoreboard says.
The kick out to Porter. Good ball movement here by the Bulls.
Shoot the fucking.
Just 5 on the clock. Chicago needs to get off a shot here. Shot from 12. Sacramento grabs the miss.
Yeah, I'm off on it.
Farrell looking around to the inside. Here's Fox. He can't get it to go. So the Bulls will take it the other way. Their next game is in Cleveland, taking on the Cavaliers. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. Doubled by Fox.
Clearly a foul.
That one is off.
I gotta do this shit by myself.
Shooting themselves in the foot here. They've lost their touch at the line. The percentage continues to drop from where it was in that first half.
On a yield, he's checked in for Yogi Ferrell. Outside, Fox. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to go on Otto Porter Jr.
And how about the way Fox continues to improve his game? A capable scorer who also rebounds the ball well for his size, and still, though, he can improve on that perimeter jump shot.
And stolen by Barnes. And up the court come the Kings on the break. 2 points, that one goes. Hield's got the lead up to 10 now for Sacramento.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
Chicago calls timeout.
The 7th overall pick in 2012 out of North Carolina. Harrison Barnes won a title in Golden State. Signs the big contract with Dallas, but yet to achieve the stardom that many predicted back in high school.
Marvin Bagley's checked in for the Kings. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Ariza outside. Back to Fox. Levine against Hield. Shot clock at 6. Dismissed. But they recover it. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it. Kqodgaming, he's checked in for the Kings. And so Saturansky will bring it up for Chicago. They've played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points. Double by Bogdanovic. To the middle. Left side, Markkanen. 6 on the shot clock. The second chance effort. Sacramento grabs the miss. And now the Kings fast break. Here's Bogdanovic. Chalk up 2 there. And the Kings lead by 12.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Right side, Markkanen. Inside. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
The height to see over the defense and the unselfishness. Terrific pass by Markkanen.
Fox against Satoransky. Stolen by Levine. Pass to Satoransky. Down low. 1:49 left here in the fourth quarter. And Fox gets it to go. Smitty, I heard this the other day, letting a player stay in the game after his sixth foul, but granting an extra free throw to the other team. What do you think of that?
Kevin, that's crazy. I mean, no way.
I knew you'd say that. I knew you would say that.
I do summer league games, and I watched this 10 fouls. There's no way we could have had that many fouls when I played. We have to keep it at 6 foul, and you're out.
Kqodgaming looking around. And the shot goes in. Kqodgaming has got 4 points in the quarter.
Given the size disadvantage, you have to have a lot of confidence to take that shot.
And also a lot of skill. This is exactly the type of thing you practice for over and over again.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for the Kings.
And one area that stands out that we've seen tonight from them, their aggressiveness in getting steals, something I know that you really value yourself.
I think it sparked their offense. It deflates the opposition, and when you have the type of effort we saw tonight, it's pretty hard to overcome that defensive pressure down the stretch.
And so they'll stretch their victory total to 19 on the season.
No doubt they came in very motivated to win this one and finish the season series at a game apiece.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Barnes.
You can't look back at too many major moments in this game and not see his imprint put all over it.
4 on the shot clock. Back to Hield. Rebound collected by Levine. Porter at the elbow. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall.
2 shots.
No luck that time either.
It looked like everybody else did.
Barnes with it. So the Kings win it. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental show? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. Now for Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA here on 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time.
Bad times for
So, Levi told you we want to give you your own custom colorway. Here's how it works. These are your 4 options.
Well, they look pretty plain to me.
Yeah, these are the blank ones. Now, we're going to let you pick whichever silhouette you want, then you get to pick your own color, and you even get to name it.
What? Like Susan or Betty?
We're trying to sell these things, Jay, not develop a meaningful relationship.
Right, right. You know, I was thinking of Cobra Strike.
Guys, I was just playing about the name thing. Like, I'm sure you're just playing about Cobra Strike, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just playing.
Why don't we just get started with these, and then we'll get to the name later.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look.
Make some W. Hold up. I'll be back. Let's get back on the grind. 833. 789. 763. 740. 768. On with 740. Going with the 740. Oh! Going with the 740. 740. Let's go to the next game. My hook shots is finna be deadly.
First thing I've noticed is you guys added a lot of animations. The dribbling system is quite different from last year.
I'll be back.
The defense, the foot planning this year is off the charts, man. It's like when you reach, it's your fault. When you didn't read the defense right, it's your fault. Your opponent might score on you, so. Yeah, it's more. It gets realistic every time, every year. So I'm so excited.
Shady, thank you for joining us so much on 2K TV, my man. She will go out there and break some ankles. Yes. So peace. The NBA 2K20 Community Day was a huge hit. Not only did influencers get their hands on NBA 2K20 for the first time, but our developers got direct feedback. They weren't the only ones to check out 2K20 early, though.
A group that will no doubt be looking closely at the new gameplay is the NBA 2K League. And after the 2019 season wrapped,
I upgraded my dude a whole lot.
We come to you tonight from the... Now it's sent it down to David Aldridge, standing by from the sidelines. David?
Well,
great attitude. His work inside, a big part of the DA. Thanks. Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Levine at the 2 with Porter at the 3. Then it's White. Then it's Lowry Markkanen. And for the Cavaliers, the duo inside, Love and Thompson. Clarkson is the 2 with Osman the 3.
I think I'm pretty much
the 1.
dangerous.
You've seen a lot of teams over your time that have been terrific starting a season, then just fall apart second half of the season.
Have you seen it, Kevin, happen with teams that have really good veteran players? I've seen it with young teams.
Yeah, unravel. I mean, it's painful to watch. None come to mind, but I'm sure you could start to find teams that are 10 wins below from one half of the season to the next half.
And some of that we know. It can happen with injuries to a star player and you just are dismantled. But a lot of times...
Like the Pacers with Oladipo.
Yeah.
They were a difference in the last quarter of the season.
It's a great call, Kevin. But a lot of times it happens with young teams because if you get off to such a hot start and it's a bit unexpected, there's going to be a lot more attention on you. And you start to feel like, oh, well, we've arrived. This is easy. We've done this for 35, 40 games. No problem. Well, the league figures you out. And a lot of times young teams that have early success are probably the most susceptible to this lemmings kind of falling off the cliff type of deal.
And so here's Cleveland after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Last outing for the Bulls, it was a loss to Sacramento. From 11 feet away, the offensive rebound. It's good.
And remember, at 7 feet tall, Markkanen is tough to keep off the board, solid at tracking down misses on that offensive glass.
Now here's Thompson. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Pass to Osman. Shot to stop the run. And it's Chicago with the rebound.
Kev, I know it's early, but going 0 for 4 to start a game can make a team get a little bit tight. Looked like a simple play and turned into a turnover. Can't give away possessions like that.
Here's Garland. He's coming off a 13-point game against Washington.
Felt like he had a sense in that game that the defense was being over-aggressive, and he tried to take advantage of that. He continually frustrated them throughout the night and got to the free throw line.
Bulls have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game.
And for the Cavs, their #1 goal is to identify a young superstar to build around.
Well, they've had a nice collection here of guys that they hope step up and step out. Cleveland's only 2 Rookie of the Year award winners have been LeBron James and Kyrie Irving. Franchise changers hard to find.
The Cavaliers trail by 5. Clarkson passes to Love. Back to Clarkson. Passes it to Love. Kicks to Clarkson. That's tipped, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Zizic has checked in for Thompson. And Chicago has possession. Lays it up off the glass.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
The Cavaliers trailing. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
No good from Zizic.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. In transition, here come the Cavaliers. Second chance shot. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It goes on Denzel Valentine. The Cavaliers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Very nice. What's up, Amanda? What's going on?
From 8 and off the glass. That
What's
one's
good, Amanda?
He has
I'm
6.
sorry.
2 teammates connecting right there. Slick
Focus on this video, Amanda.
Doesn't get it to drop for him. And so it's the Chicago Bulls in
How are
control
you?
with the 9-point lead to end the quarter.
I'm doing
and
well.
They've done a phenomenal job
Just
down low.
relaxing.
So many of their points. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Taking a look at the Bulls, they've got Thomas Satoransky, young out there with Valentine, and it's Blakeney in at the 2-guard spot. 5 on the clock. The shot by Sexton, no good.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Colin Sexton describes himself as a combo guard who likes to stay in attack mode and is very explosive. When he sees a gap and he gets into seams, he gets down there and tries to make some things happen.
Garland lays it up and banks it in. Garland's got his second bucket tonight.
A defensive breakdown there, no doubt about it. I mean, he's a guy you have to be focused on defensively.
Here's Jackson. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
And made possible by a heads-up play defensively at the other end.
And Sexton, a combo guard. Just far more of a scorer than probably a playmaker.
I think that's really what he's aiming for. He likes to watch film on Russell Westbrook and James Harden. And as we know, Kevin, watching those two play, they are very hungry and thirsty to score on a nightly basis. I think that's where Colin is pretty much laying the foundation of his game.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers.
Trying to snap them out of this little slump.
Well, they can't find the net right now, and all they need, I think, is just to get one to go, get back on track.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Ante Zizic. Kevin Love comes in for Nance. Cedi Osman, he's checked in for Justin Jackson. And it's Jordan Clarkson in for Garland.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
The shot. And the Bulls tack on two more.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Shout out to you, Amanda.
And here's Sexton. They really needed more from him in that loss to Washington. And there's the pass to Thompson. The basket good off the assist from Sexton.
Sexton realizing that one of his guys is wide open, and that court awareness, he was able to get it to him.
Back to Levine. Marking in against Love. Stolen by Thompson. Knocked away. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Last season, the G League tested out an expansion of the clear path rule. And now that expansion is making its way to the NBA. It should discourage those intentional fouls that slow up teams on the fast break. Fans wanted it, and analysts clamored for it. And that will allow the amazing athletes in this league more opportunities to show what they can do in fast break.
You're right, David. A welcome change. Thank you. We talk so much about the stars in this league, Brent. Name some role players who, when they do get hot, they can be terrific.
Well, there's nobody better, and I think he's ripped out a page from Seattle's own Jamal Crawford. There's been nobody better in the last couple of years than what Lou Williams has represented for the Clippers. He's had scoring performances, Kevin, and you've been witness to them courtside, where it's just astounding that he can go and get where he wants to go and make the types of shots that he's been able to do. And this is a revelation because this is 7, 8, 9 years that he's been in the league, and he's doing this with such great impact and, thankfully, rightfully, been rewarded for it.
He dishes it to Clarkson. Good, nice job down low.
Well, Clarkson can get inside. He's athletic to do that, and then needs the touch in that area. Showed it off there.
White, bounce pass. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Up and in on the layup. He's got 18.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Now here's Sexton. Light covering. Clarkson against Levine. Clarkson finds Thompson. It's deflected.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor. Oh, that athletic. Yeah. And the vertical that Levine has, it really gives him an advantage when he's able to hit that launching pad.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Sexton the pass to Clarkson. Back to Sexton. Lets it go with the three. They get the rebound. Here's Love. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Kevin Love getting a little clever out there.
With 1 on the clock. The shot, no good. And through one half, it had...
Kevin, thanks. Jay, both in scoring and rebounding, you're doing very well. I would think you're happy with that production.
Yeah, GA, you know, I'm happy, and that was a level effort that I wanted to start with. I think, you know, it helped the team. I know when I come out looking to attack the glass, it sparks the rest of the guys. It gives us extra possessions, and, you know, we made use of them, so shouts out to that.
Well, a great half for your first time and a great effort all around. Guys?
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
Welcome to being a moderator.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. Clarkson is the 2 with Osman the 3. The duo inside, Love and Thompson. And it's Garland in at the point. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Pass to Thompson. Clarkson taking his time here. Back to Thompson. Love outside. And a miss there on the triple. The Bulls leading by 18. From 8, again Chicago.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
The tray. It's hauled in by the Bulls. The shot by Markkanen, nobody around. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
All night long, in control of the pace, and you don't want to let go of that rope right now.
Clarkson up top. He's guarded by Markkanen. Just 5 to shoot. And no one near Clarkson as he lets it go. Hits the three-point bomb. Clarkson's got 5 now.
Like to see more of that from Clarkson. Just get more consistent from the three-point line. Steps up and knocks that one down.
On the wing, Levine. He's covered by Clarkson. Markkanen trying to break loose. Can't hit from in close.
Yeah, just the first miss of the half there. They have to be happy. 3 of 4 to start it off.
We've seen this explosion of Canadian players in the NBA. And really, Tristan Thompson led that way. The 4th pick back in 2011, Thompson was, at that point, the highest drafted Canadian in NBA history.
Nancy's checked in for Kevin Love. The Bulls also changing it up. Denzel Valentine, he's checked in for Porter. And Satoransky's subbed in for White. The wide open look here for Garland. Cleveland the rebound. Here's Thompson. It's deflected. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. And Thompson may have led the way for Canadians.
Nice.
But as far as where the league is going, Greg, he's a throwback player.
I mean, a rebounder and rim runner. His game is built on toughness and hustle.
The defensive rules were different when you played, Brent. For example, the elimination of the hand check.
Hand checking was huge because great defensive guards like a Derek Harper or a Mookie Blaylock could get their forearm on you and basically move you around rather than you trying to get where you want to go. And the other thing, Kevin, that they did was they didn't allow you to have the time in the free throw line. You have a 2.9 before an illegal defense. It used to be a game really of 2 stars on one side of the floor operating, and the rest of the guys sort of...
So the Cavaliers with some changes. Kevin Love's checked in for Nance. Osman comes in for Jackson, and it's Jordan Clarkson in for Garland. Brent, when we talk about home court advantage, do you feel it's the same as it used to be? It has that same impact?
I do think it's still hugely important, Kevin. It's less important when there's a team that has been together for a long time and has proven that they can take their wares on the road and come home with a victory. But it absolutely gives you a level of comfort as a player to get into your routine, to be at a place that seems familiar. Something deep down psychologically helps every member of that team being at home.
Taking a look at the Bulls, Porter and Markkanen, the duo at forward. White and Levine team up in the backcourt.
That's crazy.
Pass to Clarkson. Back to Sexton. From deep three-point range. Can't hit that one. So the Bulls will take it the other way.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
And the Bulls tack on 2 more.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
Here's Clarkson. Another shot. Got a hand on it. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. And he makes good on the layup. He has 29.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Passes it to Osman. Something Commissioner Silver has mentioned, Brent, the possibility of a mid-season tournament. You ever see that happening?
It'd be interesting to see if that idea grows some legs here, Kevin, and adopting what it is that in soccer leagues in Europe have done for many years, because teams hone in on what those individual cups mean and the competition raises, and you earn something for the end of the year. If Commissioner Silver can find a way to get that done, it becomes very intriguing instead of an all-star weekend to have teams gather for a mid-season tournament with something on the line. Elevated competition.
Well, kids play that at high school. They play that in the college level. It would make sense that it could fit in the NBA as well.
It'd be interesting, and especially halfway through the year, to reinvigorate your fan base with something like that, I think would be great.
Good point. Count that bucket.
And you got to like the vision for Markkanen. I mean, a big man who knows how to find the open man. Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Bulls.
As one-sided as it gets today, there were some dominant moments in every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season.
And they will walk out of here feeling really good about themselves today, guys. A big win over a conference foe they'd split their previous 2 games with.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Henson's checked in for Love. Jarrell Martin comes in for Jetty Osman. Porter's checked in for Jordan Clarkson. And Knight subbed in for Sexton. Porter finds Henson. Here's Thompson. He blocks it again. You've got to have a better effort against him.
Sending back everything.
And that one drops for him.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
You loved it. The guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And Thompson throws it down.
Justin Thompson with some force on that one.
23 seconds left in the 4th quarter. And they can just let the clock run out here.
Cannot argue with the W.
Satoramsky with it. To the paint. Goes up on the block. And the Bulls tack on 2 more.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can play with this type of composure, boy, that food tastes good on the way out of town.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was.
I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
Thank you for joining us for Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. See you later.
Hey, Kenny here. You were incredible. Season high in points, validating everyone who insisted you could make it into the NBA, even after the questions that were raised heading into the draft.
I appreciate it, Kenny, man. Yeah, I don't know. I have a hard time comparing games because each one's different. Different opponent, different strategy going in. I did feel good tonight, though, man. And credit to my teammates for hitting me with the ball when I could do something with it, you know? Without their efforts, I wouldn't be standing here talking to you now, Kenny.
Jay, need you for that meet and greet with auction winners?
Yeah, can you give me a second?
It's gotta be now.
So just 1 second, 1 second.
Jay, we should go.
Hey, you got my colorways. Hey, cool, kid. You the man, you the man. Oh, you.
Good job.
Great job on D tonight, especially protecting the rim. I've been told that you set a new career high for blocks.
Yeah, our PR person just told me that too. Kelly, shouts out to you, love.
Well, that got me thinking, how much does setting new career highs mean to you at this stage in your career?
You know, guys, it's funny. I was just talking about this to a friend of mine. You know, on one hand, we want to keep improving. But on the other hand, I'm still pretty new at this, so hopefully I'm getting career highs like this all the time. But with that being said, you know, I'm trying to fit in and help this team win. So individual stats, it's secondary to what I'm trying to do here.
Good stuff. Thanks, Che.
Oh, no problem, guys.
Thanks.
Hey, Kelly, do we have any more interviews?
Che, you had a lot of blocks out there tonight. I'm wondering if you could talk a little bit about what you've done to work on that part of your game.
You know, that's actually something me and the coaching staff have been working on a lot lately. So it's pretty cool to see all that hard work behind the scenes start paying off on the court.
Can we expect this from you on a nightly basis now?
You know, I'm not gonna make any guarantees or anything, but it's something I'm trying to make a bigger part of my game. So hopefully you'll see it a little bit more going forward.
You guys were firing in all cylinders tonight. I was wondering if you could talk about your defense. How were you able to stop those guys from getting all those shots that they wanted?
Had a dope game plan from the coaching staff. You know, they showed us some stuff they like to do, what our coverages should be to counteract that, and we went out there and executed. Simple as that. Simple.
Can I borrow you for a sec,
What's
Che?
Sam? What's your Patty?
Great.
What's up?
I got Che here. You led the team in points, rebounds, assists,
Whoa, there's more?
blocks, and steals tonight. What's it like to be in the zone like that?
I didn't realize I led all those stats till you said it. But it was a fun game. It felt like the whole team was clicking, you heard me?
Perfect. That's all I need. Thanks, Che.
Oh, you're welcome. Hey, they hate to salute when you stand up.
Hey, Che.
Ted, hey, I'm coming to you next time, all right?
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
How's the family?
Good. Good. Thank you.
Nice. I think I did that perfect. Puma?
like the display?
This is nice, man. You did this?
Yeah, it's team effort. I helped.
What? What's your name, bro?
Jake.
Jay. It's
Right on.
nice.
Right on, Jay. If you need anything, just let me know.
We'll do, Jake, man.
You guys ready to hammer out this deal?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Here's what they're starting with. Fantastic. Looking forward to a long and healthy relationship.
Me too, man.
Thanks, Jay.
You're welcome. See y'all later, all right?
All right.
I do what I gotta do.
Oh, post for it. Let's go. All right, guys, I'm here with B Smooth and Jin from Warriors Gaming Squad, and they're about to get their first look at NBA 2K20. I got CB13 and Chiquita. I'm here with Type, center for Warriors Gaming Squad, and head coach Tommy.
So right off the bat, like I can notice like how smooth the defense is.
I feel like if you reach at the wrong time in this game, like you can like get beat off the dribble, and then if you reach at the right times, you'll be rewarded. So I think
The Chicago River winding its can with pregame. Well, guys, great vision, David. Thank you. And a look now at San Antonio's upcoming schedule. On Wednesday, they'll be matching up against Rudy Gobert and the Utah Jazz. And then on Saturday, they'll host the Charlotte Hornets. And the starting group for the Spurs, Gang and Aldridge are up front. Then it's DeRozan. Then there's Murray. And it's Walker in at the 2 guard. And for Chicago, Levine at the 2 with Porter at the 3. Then it's Lowry Markkanen. Then it's White. Some guys check the league standings every day. Others try to avoid it. What was your approach when you played?
Hey, I didn't look at them much because we were a team that was struggling, Kevin. We were just trying to find our way to being competitive back in the early 80s with the Pacers. I never got to the point where we were a team that was looking at the standings daily. And I avoided the papers pretty much throughout my career just because to me was a bit of a waste of energy and time. I had more things to focus on than where we were in the standings and what people might be saying and writing about us.
And so here is Chicago after the basket by San Antonio. Releases. The shot is good off the backboard.
That is super efficient, getting in deep and then taking advantage.
For Chicago, they won their last contest that game against the Cavaliers in Cleveland. DeRozan against Porter. DeRozan's shot is good.
Boy, that looks like a scouting report breakdown there. I mean, the defense has to know where DeRozan wants to do the most work. That's his sweet spot there.
Now here's Levine. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Uses the glass to finish the layup. He's got 6.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Murray against White. The pass to Gay. Walker in the corner for 3. It's hauled in by the Bulls. They're getting their first look of the season at San Antonio in this one.
And with this matchup being an East versus West affair, it'll be the first of only 2 meetings between the teams.
And, you know, there's always a bit of a filling out process in that first game between opponents. A lot different than when you've played a team you're familiar with. And, you know, the Spurs are never afraid to play to the tune of their own drummer. I mean, just as the rest of the league embraces threes and layups, the Spurs going against that grain, leading the league in mid-range shots and post-ups.
Now here's Walker. Last game he had 10 points. Dishes it to Aldridge. Banked in off the glass.
Only 1 miss in the first 5 attempts, clearly feeling it.
For Chicago, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for to start off this game. You were talking about the mid-range and the post-ups. Those are the strengths of DeMar DeRozan and LaMarcus Aldridge.
Well, Coach Popovich has been so successful for decades because he always adapts to the strengths of his players. Outstanding coaches do that in every sport. That shot diet might not work for most other teams, but if it fits the Spurs, they'll go old school and make it work for them.
And the shot goes in.
How about he has yet to miss 4-4 to start?
Yeah, he's setting himself up to be their go-to guy today.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
All right.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group. So San Antonio.
This is why I'm losing.
For the Spurs. Rudy Gay's checked in for Aldridge. DeRozan comes in for Marco Bellinelli. And it's Bryn Forbes in for White. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Markkanen is out there with Murray. Then it's Zach LaVine. And it's Arcidiacono in at the 1. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Shoots. Again, Chicago.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And so it's DeRozan. He'll bring it up for San Antonio. They've led by as much as 10. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Raptors.
Yeah, I mean, they had their chances, competed deep into that game, but had a few lulls there that just kind of took them down.
And, you know, those are the kind of games that sting and that bad taste lingers. Knowing you were in it, but not coming through down the stretch, those are hard to get over sometimes.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Otto Porter Jr., he's checked in for Murray. And it's White in for Ryan Arcidiacono. To the middle. Fires it up. And DeMar DeRozan pulls it down. San Antonio leading by 6. And growing up about 15 miles south of the Staples Center, DeMar DeRozan idolized Kobe Bryant, Clark, and patterned his game after him.
And you can see evidence of Kobe's game in DeMarcus's game. You think about the footwork, the ability to post up, the moves and counter moves, the balance and strength. I think he owes a lot of that to the Mamba.
Kick out to Levine. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. To the inside. Stolen by Gay. Levine against Murray. Inside. score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
You know, for a sharpshooter like Forbes, guys, getting points inside can only help him be more effective on the perimeter. It actually...
All right, guys. That's it. No more tonight. Jesus. No more than that. I will holler at y'all. Represent anything like that. But I gotta do this for you all. Peace out.